Hello, everyone, and welcome, class of 2024, to this very special assembly. Before we start, and I've said this a couple times, but just so for those of you who are just entering the webinar, I want to let everyone know that if you prefer to hear this presentation in Spanish, one of our incredible staff members, Ms. Mooney, is providing live Spanish translations. If you want to listen in Spanish, just click on the button that says interpretation at the bottom of your screen and select Spanish. But with that out of the way, let's just get into it. There is so much we want to show you, but there's just so little time. So we've condensed everything down to 6 short chapters of things that us students found helpful when we were in your shoes, when we were also Woodside freshmen. So with that in mind, let's talk a little bit about your student government, because you may be wondering, who's this random student that's speaking to me? Well, allow me to elaborate. We are BOSA, your Board of Student Affairs. We are the primary student governing body tasked with looking out for all of us students, whether that's you, your siblings, your friends, our friends, upperclassmen, lowerclassmen, everybody. And we just gave you a quick sneak peek of some of the stuff that's on our website on the student activities page. We ran for office to represent our voice, the student voice, in our school's administration, our governing councils, task forces, and more. We're here to stand up for you so that you can have, well, the best high school experience possible. So very briefly, we're going to introduce ourselves so that you can put faces to names. And we're going to start with our BOSA Chief Justice.
What's up, guys? I'm Ben Thal. As Ethan said, I am your BOSA Chief Justice. I went to North Star Academy for middle school, and some fun facts about me is I play varsity lacrosse, and I am actively involved in the drama department.
Hi, everyone. My name's Sophia Bojo, and I'm your BOSA Treasurer. Before coming to Woodside, I went to Kennedy Middle School, and some fun facts about me is that I went to Spanish immersion school for most of my life, so I'm almost fluent in Spanish.
Hey guys, I'm Shiona Yak. I previously attended Woodside Elementary, and I'm your BOSA Secretary. I'm involved in a couple different things. One thing I'm pretty passionate about is the Bucket List Club, which is a club I created sophomore year, and I'm excited to hopefully see some of you guys.
Hello everyone, I'm Mia Banks. I am your BOSA Vice President, and for middle school I went to La Entrada. And a fun fact about myself is when I came to Woodside from La Entrada, I knew about 5 people, and now I'm up here leading, so that's cool.
All right, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Ethan Lau. As Ben has said during his introduction, or JT, I'm your BOSA president, and I'm also a senior, which is honestly quite shocking considering how fast the last 3 years have gone. Here at Woodside, I've been an active thespian and musician in our amazing music and drama programs, and, well, I used to do some voice acting a couple years back. That's just a little bit about me.
What's up, guys? I'm Chris Dodge. I'm a senior and a BOSA senator. I went to North Star Academy for middle school, and a fun fact about me is that I am a 2-sport varsity athlete for both baseball and basketball.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kayla. I'm the 5th period BOSA senator and a senior. I play lacrosse, and I was the head of shadowing last year, so some of you might recognize me. Also, I went to Corte Madera Middle School.
Hey guys, I'm Courtney McLean. I'm a 7th period BOSA senator, and an exciting fact about me is that I play water polo and swim for Woodside.
Hi, I'm Sydney Truesdale. I'm the other 7th period senator. I went to Roy Cloud Middle School, and I play both softball and basketball for Woodside.
Splendid. Thank you, BOSA, for introducing yourself. Hopefully, class of 2024, you've gotten to know us just a little better, and hopefully we'll get to meet you sometime soon. By the way, I'm sure you technology wizards have already found the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them in the Q&A section and our senators will happily respond. But anyways, with that out of the way, I'm going to hand over the mic to our BOSA secretary, Shiona.
Okay, so a little bit about the leadership program. So I know freshman year can be a little bit nerve-wracking. It definitely was for me. And I think part of the reason for that was just because I was so unaware of like the school culture and the spirit, and I wasn't really sure how to immerse myself, but I knew that I wanted to get involved. So I decided to join leadership, and later decided to take a leap and run for class officer, and it was definitely the best decision that I could have made. The reason being is because leadership, without even being a class officer, is entirely student run. And we're the ones who plan the activities. We're in charge of dances like homecoming, winter dance, sports games, rallies, and much more. And it's also the backbone of the student government with the class officers, the senators who you just met, and the Board of Student Affairs, or BOSA, which are the 5 of us. And it's run under our wonderful student directors, Ms. Witt and Mr. Faulkner. Next slide, please. So although you can't join leadership this year, you can become a class officer, which we're going to get more into later. And when you're a class officer, you become the face of your class, and it becomes your job to get everyone else involved. Next slide. So every year, BOSA and senators come up with a theme that will help guide our leadership classes. And that theme is built upon our goals for the upcoming year. So last year was Switch It Up, the year before it was The Next Step, and this year it's Power On, which has a double meaning to it. So on one hand, it means power on your devices, your computers, and log into your Zoom classes. And on the other hand, it's about the challenges we've been facing. It's important that you don't just crumble at the sight of these new challenges, because unfortunately, they're gonna keep coming. So depending on what that is, you either gotta fight for it or fight through it. And
All right, thank you very much, Shiona. That was just a little bit about our student government. I gotta say, we're up to 210 attendees. That is absolutely phenomenal. At this point, senators, do we have any questions that are appearing in the Q&A chat so far?
Yeah, we have one that says, how do you guys manage your time with sports and outside activities with school?
Well, I'm not a sports person myself, but does one of our members, Ben, you want to talk on that?
Answer that one. So for me, at least, I work a lot better when I have like a very planned out schedule. So one thing that I do, especially like freshman year, is I would just any little amount of time, like let's say like a sport starts at like, it's like it starts at 3:30 and like on Wednesdays after school or something, because you have like an hour and a half in between that. I just get as much work done then as possible. I would just, I don't know, just any small amount of time, like maybe like lunch or something, or like tutorial is really helpful for doing homework. It's just, I don't know, I just do it any small amount of time. I also, I mean, not really supposed to, but I kind of do some homework in class too. That helps a lot. But yeah, it's just allotting your time the best you can, because sports do take up a good amount of time.
And giving life advice, I love it. Is that all the questions that have showed up in the chat so far? Excellent, awesome. Well, splendid. I'm just gonna say, I love that people are getting involved in using the question chat. Please feel free to put questions once again in the Q&A section that's at the bottom of your screen. By the way, if you haven't figured it out yet, our school color is orange. Just saying. But anyways, let's talk about your freshman year, because you know what? It really does make a difference. So to elaborate, I'm going to hand over the mic to my VP, Mia Banks.
Hey everyone, so freshman year, yes, it does count. Colleges do look at your freshman year. So, academics. It's important to try new things over your next few years at Woodside. See where your interests are by joining clubs and taking some of our many electives. Getting involved is super important. Creating connections and talking with peers, teachers, and counselors is crucial to a fun Woodside experience. And most importantly, work hard. Put all of your effort into schoolwork, and you get what you give, so work hard. Stay on track. Some tips and reminders we have for you guys are: get to your classes early, get in contact with teachers and guidance counselors if you need any help or if you just want someone to talk to. We also have a wonderful student resources page on the Woodside website. In the bottom right-hand corner of this presentation that you're looking at, there's a screenshot of where you can find that student resources page. It's on the website, and you press the little tab that says resources, and there will be a lot of information to help you guys out. Transitioning to high school. I know it's scary. I know you guys are nervous, especially considering the circumstances right now, but you guys are not alone. We've been here for 3 years and we are very nervous too, so don't worry. We have a program called SOS Freshman Transition. SOS stands for Students Offering Support, and they put on an event that goes on throughout the first semester, and you guys will meet in your world studies and life skills classes over Zoom. You guys will be in small groups with one leader, and we will help you transition to high school.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mia. That was our academic stuff. Let's talk a little bit about the community and our community. And for that, I'm going to hand over the mic to our fabulous BOSA treasurer, Sophia.
All right. Hi, everyone. So now we're going to talk a little about community. One thing I really love about Woodside is the accepting community that I feel when I'm there. I know it seems like a really big school, and that's definitely true, but you're not alone. There's so many people there who are willing to support you. For example, any of us, once we go back to campus, if you see any of us, you can totally talk to us, and we'd love to be friends with you. There's so many people. There's such a diverse campus and accepting, and I always met nice people at Woodside. It's super easy to find people you like, and I just love how friendly and supportive everyone is. One saying that we go by at Woodside is promote, don't demote. We try to keep everything positive. So when we get back on campus, if you look around at all the posters, you're going to see that they're all promoting Woodside rather than demoting other schools. So instead of saying like beat Sequoia, we'll say go Woodside, you can do this. We like to keep things positive. Next slide. Okay, so you're going to see this a lot. These are the 8 conditions of student success. If you look on your planners, they're on the back side of that. The 8 conditions are belonging, heroes, sense of accomplishment, fun and excitement, curiosity and creativity, spirit of adventure, leadership and responsibility, and confidence to take action. What this means is like non-academic means to academic success. What that kind of means is basically if you're focusing on having fun and being excited when you're at school, you're going to do better in school. So that's fun and excitement. If you're focusing on making connections at school and meeting new people, that's belonging. So we strive to fulfill these conditions every day, and we hope that you can use these throughout your 4 years. And our school motto is all students can and will learn. So we hope you can take all this and use it throughout your 4 years. Next slide. Okay, this is super, super important, especially this year because we are online for a majority of the year. Social media. So the 2 main Instagrams you should definitely follow are Wildcat Spirit and Woodside WHS College. Wildcat Spirit is super important because that's going to give you any updates about leadership and any events that are going on at school. So remember when you did the textbook pickup, that's all on there. It'll have your names, when you're supposed to go. It'll put any information about coming to campus, or maybe if we're doing spirit weeks throughout, you should definitely follow that. That's going to have any information you may need. Another important one, though it doesn't seem important now, is WHS College. That is the college counselors, and they're going to be talking about different things you can do to get ready for college. I know it seems really far away, but it's never too early to get started, and they do have stuff on there for freshmen. So definitely go follow both of those. And another one that's super important is your own class Instagram, Woodside Class of 2024. That one is also super important because that's going to be your class officers letting you know about what's going on in your grade. So you guys will be doing class board meetings on Wednesdays, and that's going to have information on all of that and what you can do to get involved. So definitely go and follow all of those. Another fun one that we like to post stuff on is on Snapchat is WHS Wildside. That's also going to have different updates. So definitely go follow all of those after this meeting. Next slide. Okay, so get involved. This picture is my favorite picture ever. It just shows Woodside so well. This is during homecoming week for a couple years back. And this is what campus is usually like during homecoming. It might be a little different this year, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't get involved. I hope that you guys can all get involved even when we're online. Hopefully we'll be able to do some fun events like virtual spirit weeks, virtual games, any kind of stuff like that. So when we send those stuff out to you guys, definitely participate because high school is only 4 years and it may seem like that's a long time, but it goes by so quick. And if you don't appreciate every moment, you're going to regret it. Next slide. Okay, so this is looking a little different this year, but usually when we're on campus, you can purchase a PAL sticker. So what a PAL sticker is, you have your student ID, and if you pay $35, they'll give you a little sticker for the whole year that goes on your ID. And what that means is you get discounts for any dances, for parking passes. That doesn't apply to you guys, but sporting events, and your yearbooks will be discounted. So what that means is, let's say you're going to a dance and you have a PAL sticker, it might be $10 instead of 15 or 20. So if you go to a lot of events, it's definitely worth purchasing because you end up saving a lot of money. And all the money raised goes to our student activities and athletics, so it's definitely worth the purchase. And if you want to order that, it's bit.ly/WHS order form. Next slide.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sophia, for that. Let's talk a little about student life. And you know what? I see that there's 215 attendees that we have on now. Remember I said at the beginning there was 462 of you? If you have a friend that's a freshman that isn't on this assembly, try and get them on here, because we're going to talk about some of the amazing student life opportunities that we have here at Woodside. Because you know what? We have such a plethora of opportunities for engagement that I guarantee that you will be able to find something that matches your interests and your passions. So firstly, let's talk about the athletics, because I know a couple of you have been asking questions about athletics. So for all of you athletes out there, I'm going to hand over to the mic to the one and only expert, our athletic director, Mr. Faulkner.
Thank you, Ethan, and welcome to Woodside. We're all glad you're here. Thank you for attending. My name is Mr. Faulkner. I am the athletic director. You can see my picture right there on the screen. A fun fact about me is I am a Woodside alum myself. Next, we have Miss Padilla. She is the administrative assistant to Mr. Velskow, and she handles all the athletic clearances through Sportsnet, the physical forms, and that sort of thing. So you can put faces to names with this slide. Mr. Velskow, our AVP, oversees athletics. So between us three, we are your administrative athletic department. Sports will look a little bit different this year, and yes, we are planning on having it. Here is the released updated schedule where season 1 sports, you'll see the sports listed, will begin in mid-December. Cheer and dance are year-long, so they may begin before that. Here are the season 2 sports. You'll see a few start at the end of February, and then the rest start in mid-March. There will be some overlap. Like I said, this is going to be a different year, but students are allowed to play multiple sports at once. That is a rule for this year only to help accommodate the changes made during this season. And some very important athletic reminders. In order to participate in sports here, you need to be registered on Sportsnet with an updated physical. Once we have that on file, your physical is valid for 1 year. But please, 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 if you're planning on playing sports here, please register on Sportsnet. That is how all of the teams will get their communication out. So we want to make sure all of you stay in the loop with athletics. All of this can be found on the athletic website. If you have any questions whatsoever, please let me know. We are here to help. And now I'm going to turn it over to Ben Thal to talk about extracurriculars. Once again, welcome to Woodside.
All right, thank you, Mr. Faulkner. And now I'm going to go a little more in depth on drama, music, and clubs. So we have an amazing drama program here. As I said earlier, I am involved in it. And as you can see in the upper right here, that I believe is from my freshman year. It is a musical called On the Town. And the big picture on the bottom is from our most recent production this past year, The Addams Family, which we sadly didn't get to perform because it got canceled 2 days before opening night because of the virus. But so honestly, the drama program, musicals, everything is just amazing at Woodside. Like, we have such a great program. And if I were to recommend anything to you guys, it'd be to start now. Like, if you're interested at all, I'd start freshman year, because that's one of the only things I actually regret about my freshman year, is because it was just, I just had such an amazing time and made so many friends that I would have loved to have a little bit earlier in my life. And yeah, it was, yeah. And then next we have the music program, and nothing else is applied to you. You got the marching band, which you will perform at sports games, walk around, orchestra, and if you don't, if like you want to be part of the drama department, but being on stage doesn't really suit you, then you can be playing instruments down in the pit. We got jazz combo, jazz band, 2 other nice music programs where you will go around, travel, and compete. And if you're not really into instruments and you're more into singing, then we got choir for you, where you also travel and compete. And if nothing has suited you so far, we also have an insane amount of clubs and organizations at Woodside. There's just so many different choices. Like we got the Pink Ribbon Club, Octagon Club. I was part of this super fun club called the Lizard Club last year with all my friends. So fun. It's just, the clubs are just so, they're just amazing. There's just so many different choices, and it's just a great way to connect with other people that you probably wouldn't have met otherwise.
Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about why you should be a class officer and how you can make a difference by becoming one. So I was a class officer all 3 years, except for this one because I'm on BOSA. And I was the best decision ever. I had so much fun, and I would definitely recommend any of you guys for you guys to run because it is so much fun. Some things we get to usually do, we are changing them up a little bit different. It's going to be a little different this year because of being online, but we usually create a t-shirt, which will still happen. And if you see in the couple of these photos, I'm wearing our school t-shirt. Each grade gets their own color. So you guys, for freshmen, you'll be white. So you guys will create a t-shirt that's white that has to do with our homecoming theme. You also get to create a skit that you perform at the homecoming rally, which is the most fun ever. This year we might be doing that a little bit different, but we're hoping to keep the same kind of ideas. And you also get to decorate the gym. Again, we're not sure how that's going to look, but we're still going to have tons of fun class competitions and events throughout the year. Another really important thing about being a class officer is fundraising. You have to fundraise for your class so you can make enough money to do events like the dances and prom and all that kind of stuff. If you see on the right, there's a picture of me and 2 of my other class officers during our fundraising Friday event. And we did a cereal bar, and it was so fun. People really liked it. So you get to plan different fun events like that and throughout the year. And there's going to be tons of online options to do that as well this year. Another really important reason why you should be a class officer is you get to be your class's voice. Like if people come up to you and have ideas, you can actually make them happen and bring them to us or admin or anything like that. And it also helps us foster a sense of belonging. You can make people feel like they belong in your grade. You can do different events. You can plan different things so that your grade feels really connected. I think that's one of my favorite parts of being a class officer. So I would definitely recommend that you run. The elections are on September 10th for you guys, and all the info is going to be sent to your SEQ email. So please watch out for that and definitely run because you're going to regret not running. Next.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mr. Faulkner, Ben, and Sophia. That was a lot of awesome information. At this point, Senators, do we have any questions, pressing questions that are coming up in the chat so far? Not really? I'm assuming I saw a lot of them. Oh gosh, Toast Club. I remember that. I'm not sure if Toast Club still exists, but that was a fun one. But anyways, thank you for that. Now we're going to talk a little bit about, people that, are really helpful to know around campus. And well, to start off with, we're going to start with your fabulous guidance staff. And for that, I want to hand over the microphone to Mr. Negri.
Thank you, Ethan. Hi, class of 2024. Welcome to Woodside. Hopefully everything's going well. You can see in front of you, we have 5 guidance counselors. Each one of you is assigned a guidance counselor that will follow you the 4 years at Woodside. And really, we're here just to be able to support you. If there's anything that comes up and you're not sure where to start, the guidance counselor is a great person to be able to assist you and get you connected to the resources that you need. Not only guidance counselors, but we do have other support people on campus as well. And you can see from mental health support, especially during this time, there's tons of challenges. We offer support through the school. Ms. Rubenstein, who is our support services coordinator, Ms. DeSue, who's our mental health support specialist. You can just see that there's a ton of people on campus to be able to support you for a variety of different challenges you might face. And so if anything, just know that you're not alone and that there are people to help.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Negri. I just noticed, Mr. Negri, you have a tuxedo thing on. I love that. Nice. Anyways, we also have, and I can't stress this enough. We have our amazing campus aides. We got Eddie, we got Kenny, we got Rosie. I've known these three since my freshman year. They are so incredible. They help out with so much stuff around campus, and they are some of the kindest people I've met. They're not just here helping. They're just chill guys and gals. If you want to talk with them about, stuff that's going on with school, they are there for you. They are absolutely wonderful. And when we're back on campus, definitely reach out to them. And of course, we cannot have a segment about staff without mentioning our incredible teachers and the rest of the faculty. I remember back in my freshman year, when what it was like to have such amazing teachers who are willing to speak to me, Mr. Dolan, Miss Coughlin, and so many more. They are always there to communicate with you and just talk with you, because I know that despite the homework they assign, my teachers were some of the best friends I had, and not just that year, but for all the years that I've been here at Woodside. And well, last but not least, our administration, who I will graciously hand the mic over to introduce themselves.
Good morning, Ethan, and thanks to BOSA for hosting this great freshman assembly. While we wish we could all be with you inside the PAC and all together as a group of 462, I chose to meet you today, to Zoom with you today from a place where I often am found at break or lunch, and that is our MUR. Right behind me is the lunch line where you would get your pizza, your Subway sandwich, or your hot lunch each day, and I'd see you twice a day in that space. My name is Principal Diane Burbank. My job as principal is to set the tone and be positive. My job is to hear all voices, not just senior voices, not just teacher voices, but all student voices, including the voices of yours, freshmen. And then my job is to make really big decisions that I think are the best for all of us on campus, the best for you as learners, the best for teachers as teachers, and the best for parents who want to have you be as best educated as you can. So I've got a big job. A fun fact about me is that I wear orange every day. Orange is a pretty popular color on campus. I know it's trending. I wear it every day, and due to COVID, I am upping my game, and I am now getting a collection of orange face masks to wear on campus as well. My favorite condition on the sunflower poster, my favorite condition out of the 8 conditions for student success, well, I really love belonging, because that's a big part of who we are at Woodside, but because I'm principal, I would say my favorite condition has to be leadership and responsibility. If I am the best leader that I can be, you can be the best freshman you can be, and so that's my promise to you. But it doesn't happen like at an elementary school with just one principal or one adult in charge. There are 4 of us on campus, and so I'll have Miss Mizet introduce herself.
Thank you, Diane, and welcome class of 2024. I'm Instructional Vice Principal, IVP, Diane Mizet. And what do? I have an amazing job. I get to create with some fabulous people in the guidance department and department chairs a student-driven master schedule. What does that mean? That means that each of you, not just freshmen, but all 2,000 students, get the courses that they want and need to graduate and go on to fulfill their post-high school experience. And that is a really fun job and exciting job. Also to support teachers to make sure that we've cleared the way for them to be the best teachers they can be in front of that Zoom camera for you right now. A fun fact about me is I love to surf. That is my hobby. And it is not the internet that I surf. It's actually in the ocean. And it's a longboard, not a shortboard. My favorite 8 condition is fun and excitement. So really important, just as adults, enjoy what you're doing, whether you're at school, at home, or working, or even sleeping. just enjoy it. So thank you so much. And I'm going to introduce you now to our other team of vice principals.
Good morning, freshmen. My name is Mr. Velskow. You can say Mr. V. We met earlier in the week. I will, if you have your last name A through L, you can fall under my jurisdiction. But remember, your AVPs are a very good place to start if you have questions. And I'll introduce Ms. Porter.
Hi, Ms. Porter, and I also met you. I am here in my office where I work with students M through Z. And when you're back on campus, you can find me if you have questions here about community service or a parking permit, should you need one. And really welcome the class of 2024. A fun fact about me that leads into my favorite condition for today is that I have been here for 32 years, going on 32. I coach swimming here, and I have had not only Mr. Faulkner in my class as students, but I know in the class of 2024, there are your parents, aunts and uncles who are my former students. So I feel a sense of belonging because that's where it all starts at Woodside, and I belong here.
Thank you very much, Ms. Porter, Mr. Velskow, Ms. Mazzei, and of course, Ms. Burbank for those little words of wisdom. And Ms. Burbank, good morning to you as well. I think I should respond in kind. At this point, we've shown you quite a few things from the student life and community that you'll experience here at Woodside to your chance to be a member of your freshman class board. But most of all, we have our beautiful campus, which you got a taste of at Arena Trekken, the drive-through at a week before school. You drove through down to the circle, which is Ms. With is kindly circling on your screen. You probably, which is right next to our admin building and our guidance office. You also probably saw our PAC, the Performing Arts Center, that massive glass building, and maybe a bit of the renovations to our quad, which even us returning students don't know what's going to look like. I mean, there's so much you can do, and there's so much you have to look forward to. And we were once in your shoes. You know, I myself came from a very small school of, no more than 80 kids in my grade. I knew everyone's names, which classes they were in, who their teachers were. And then I came to Woodside and everything changed. Classes were huge, like 30 students per. I mean, you get out of the car, you walk past that long stretch of green lawn at the front of the school and see hundreds of unfamiliar faces. You walk into your class and maybe see a group of entirely new people. It was frightening for quite some time. But what was amazing was the encouragement. The teachers, the students, the staff, all supporting me to do something more than I was. Looking back, and I will say this honestly, I wish I had taken their advice sooner to make the most of these years. So now this year, I'll say, is vastly different than our freshman year. We never experienced a first semester completely at distance, but the message is still the same. Get out there and make the most of these years. Take a leap of faith, make mistakes, and explore. That's the magic of high school, and that's the magic of Woodside. So, with that, thank you, class, and let's go to the last slide. Thank you, class of 2024, for attending this webinar. This would not have been possible without you, our wonderful audience. If you know someone, though, who was sadly not able to attend today, send them that bit.ly for the public version of this slideshow is down there. And I believe we're planning on posting this assembly sometime in the future. We hope that we've given you a glimpse of Woodside, and well, we've inspired you to get out there and make a difference. Because remember, here at Woodside, the sky's not the limit. So have a good rest of your week, and welcome to the Woodside family, class of 2024. And I'm going to actually make us on two parts so you can see everyone. There we go. Thank you so much for attending. If you have any last questions, please feel free to stay by and put them in the Q&A section.
Ethan, we had a few questions that we thought you guys could answer.
Do we now? Sure, certainly.
There were a few questions on how to join clubs and how to start your own club, and then also how to apply to be a class officer.
Shiona, you started a club. Do you want to talk on that?
I did. So I sort of have this passion, which involves like my bucket list. And I sort of wanted to like incorporate my own like personal sort of passions into my school life. And so that's sort of why I wanted to create it. And so at school, there's a little form, which would be in D7. Now you can probably get it online, and we'll, I guess, learn more about that later in the future. But you basically fill out that form, you explain like why you want your club to be a part of the school and like who, like how you want it to basically be run. And it's entirely up to you how you want it to be. I highly recommend it if you want to make one. Also, you can join a ton of clubs. There's so many clubs. And yeah, I highly encourage you guys to look into them. They're super fun. It's a great way to meet new people, to get involved with the student culture, and yeah.
And then
I'm
this
Ms. Whip, I'm the activities director, and just to also jump in about that, the best resource right now will be the Woodside High School website. Under students, there'll be a student activities page, and we will be posting information there. Furthermore, as you already found out about this, when we will be sending information out via your school email account. So always stay on top of your email. And again, we will also post information to the Instagram page for the class of 2024.
And for that class officer question, how to apply, you're going to get an email on your school email as well. So that's where that is going to be going.
Cindy, you were going to mention another one?
I think the question was just also, do we have any information on how to join clubs now for virtually? Like, how will clubs be sending out information to freshmen?
Ms. With?
Right now, we're in the process of putting together the clubs list. Clubs are filling out their charters currently. Once we have the charter ready and available, then we will be sending information out to students with the club advisor with information on how to join meetings and how to get involved with that. We are also planning what we call probably another webinar similar to this that we call Club Rush, where we're going to have the clubs make short little videos about themselves. And so you can also see all the different clubs about that.
Ethan, we have another question regarding being a class officer and if it's hard to do that with your homework load.
Class officers, you are far more qualified to speak on that.
Yeah, I was a class officer all 3 years, and I never had a ton of issues with like being super stressed out. Homecoming week was definitely a lot, but it's so worth it because it's like so much fun. It's like a good kind of stressed out. Like you're stressed, but you're having a good time. And I never had too many issues. You only meet on Wednesdays, and you probably meet with your class officers a couple times a week, but it's not, I would definitely recommend, it's not super time consuming.
And to add on to that, you have 3 other people that are helping you. So if you have a couple days where you're super loaded with homework and everything, you could let them know, and they are usually very understanding.
Yes, definitely.
I'll make one. I've never, and I've already said this, I've never been a class officer. I'll be perfectly honest. But you know, I'm BOSA president. I have my responsibilities, and I also have a ton of homework. Right now, I'm personally enrolled in 3 APs, and I have a couple college classes that I'm also taking. So, you know, regarding that question, you know, is it hard to be to not only with my academic responsibilities, but my responsibility to you all as president? And for me personally, it's no, because I love this job. And for anything that you love doing, it's the best experience ever. I think Ms. Burbank, you want to speak on when it comes to loving your job because you've been principal for quite a while. No? Oh, okay. You're leaving me in the dark. But
I will jump
once
in
again,
then and just point out
okay.
it's about balance. As with sports, student activities, being an officer, being in the drama department, it's all about balance and communication. So students, you want to do it, we always suggest you go out and get involved and do it. And when it starts to feel like too much, that's when you talk to your teachers, you talk to your fellow classmates, you talk to your advisors. There's people here to help you. But don't let that stop you from trying to get involved. We want you to get involved and enjoy your time here.
Awesome. Any further questions, senators, from the Q&A? All right.
Another question is about classes and if they get harder as you get older. So if one of the students maybe wants to say something about that.
Yeah, they pretty much get harder as you get older. I mean, there's really no, it's a pretty simple answer. I mean, it's just, yeah, like just as you go up in grades, you also want to start challenging yourself more, and you get like the ability to take AP classes, and you're going to want to take them most likely to get like that grade bump or to learn more in a subject that you're interested in. And if you're interested in pushing yourself to like the AP level and stuff, then they will get harder. Like I remember when I made like the jump from taking like AS classes sophomore year to AP classes junior year, it was a whole different world. It was definitely harder. The test, the everything. I mean, I'm not trying to scare you, don't worry, but you'll get through it, but it definitely harder.
I wanted to bring up a point that Miss Burbank said. She said, classes do get harder, but you do get to be a better student, which is a really good point. Like as you get older and as you start to like get more work and be in harder classes, you do sort of adjust to it and you do like learn new things. So I wouldn't let that scare you. I think it's like a good experience and you'll definitely like learn a lot and enjoy.
And just to add on to that, you also get I don't know, I can't speak for everyone else, but you're going through 4 very interesting years of your life. I mean, you're just rounding the bend and going towards that big 18. It's a very interesting 4 years that you have here, and you're going to change. I only just recently actually like really started to I don't say this in a bad way, but like I really started actually enjoying doing the work early. Like there are some things I've learned. So, yes, it's hard. Of course it's hard. I mean, nothing worth it in life is not going to be hard, but it's the effort that reaps so many rewards. So, once again, as we keep saying, get out there and, explore. That's the best advice we have. Any last questions, senators? All right. It sounds like that was our last question, which was about homework, which is awesome. We're still up at 143 participants, which is absolutely incredible. Thank you all for staying on at this. Oh, did we just get another question? I'm sorry, I'm getting notifications. Ooh. What's the difference between, I'm just going to read this. What's the difference between a class officer and a president or VP? Class officers, you guys want to take that? Because I don't know.
I can answer that one. There's not, you are a president or a vice president, like is the class officer. So it's like the same thing kind of. For class officers, there's a president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. So those are like the 4 positions for each grade. So there's not really like a separate president or vice president. There's BOSA too, which is us, which will probably, if you were to do that, be junior, senior year. And that has the same president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and then a chief justice, which is an added position. But for normal class officers, it's just those 4 positions, and those are the ones you can run for.
And guess what? There, except for the BOSA president, there's no limit on BOSA. You know, if you wanna get up in the big leagues as well, go for it. You know, that's. I mean, if you think you wanna make something happen on Woodside, and you think by running you can do it that way, do it. Doesn't matter. Your grade doesn't matter. If you want to do it, just go for it. And then, you know, you may win, you may lose, but it's that leap of faith that makes it worth it. And you learn so much from that experience. Well, I think, what's our favorite musical, Ben? Which one? Come on. You gotta answer that one at least.
Are we talking about ones that we were in or just in general?
Ones that we were in. Yeah.
Oh, Mamma Mia for sure.
Mamma Mia. Remember that one? That was great. The dancing, except for how high the tenors had to sing. That was fun. But anyways, I think what I left is there's one last question by that says, what electives get better in the next years of high school after freshman? What do you think makes them better? Bosa, you guys want to answer that?
Take that one if no one else wants to. I just think that if you're interested in the elective, as you get older and go into more advanced classes, it's obviously going to get better because it's going to like further your education in whatever you're learning, like drama. Like as you get older, you do more advanced scripts. And once you're finally in drama 3-4, you get to like write and produce your own play. Or like in like the advanced art classes, you can start just doing more advanced art. And like, it's just, if it's really what you're interested in, then you're going to further your education in this elective and it will continue to be more and more interesting.
All right. Well, on that note, since if there's no further comments, we are going to end it off here. Thank you for everyone who attended and those of you who are watching this recording. Thank you for watching the recording as well. So we hope that you have an amazing rest of your week, and we hope mainly that you have an amazing first year here at Woodside. So thank you very much and have a good rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.
Thanks so much, guys.
Bye, everyone. Reach out to us if you have any questions.